RC phase shift oscillator. So what is something common in both of them? Okay, what is common
RC
in
circuits,
so
high pass filters.
it uses RC as the feedback components.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
of course, it is not necessary that we need to realize that using only op-amp. There are circuits where we can able to realize at least the phase shift oscillator using the BJTs, so or the MOSFET. So that is possible. So so let me just say what are things that we have done in RC oscillators. So in case of RC oscillators, we had the first category where we had the Wien bridge oscillator. What are the specifications of this one? In order to get the oscillations, we need to have the gain of the amplifier should be equal to
3.
3. So the type of
And
feedback that we are doing,
positive feedback.
positive feedback, fine. The frequency of oscillation is given by 1 over 2 pi r.
100. Yes, sir.
Condition is A should be greater than 3 for oscillation. For oscillation, A should be equal to 3 for a sustained oscillation. Correct? And in the
Yes,
case
sir.
of this is Wien bridge. Then we had, of course, RC phase shift oscillator, where the type of feedback is negative feedback, and the
Yes, sir.
amplifier is also a negative amplifier or an inverting amplifier. And then we could able to have two different type of networks, either it can be lead network or lag.
Lag. Yes, sir.
So this is, what is this network now?
It's lead networks. Lag networks.
Come again.
It's
Don't go back and see what is
no,
no,
lag networks.
let me say, this is like a high pass filter. See here,
Yes.
this is a network. So this is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about. This is, will it look like a high pass? Is it a high pass filter? It's a high pass filter. If it is a high pass filter, the phase is always positive.
Lead entity.
So this is a lead network. This is a lead network. Suppose you have capacitor in series, it will be a lead network. You can replace the entire network by a lag network.
Lag network.
Like this.
Resistance capacity.
So this is, we have 3 lag networks in series. So RC, RC, RC. So we had the expression, okay, in both of them the condition is A should be greater than 29 for sustained oscillation or greater than or equal to. What was the frequency for this one? Was the frequency was root
1 by root 6. That
For
is
this-
why
for this one.
that was 1 by root 6 2 pi r.
So this was so and so, and for this it was root 6. So
Root 6 by 2 pi r.
root 6 2 pi r. So here I don't have that much confidence in saying that okay, this, because this comes from the equation. But here this is phase lag, phase lead. You can without any doubt you can say. So this is one more way how we can authentically say that okay, this is root 6 or so and so. In this case, okay, let me just talk about that later. Okay, what is the limitation of this? Suppose we want to get the oscillation, which is a bottleneck in this entire network, because we know that we are using these oscillators for generating pure sine wave. So pure sine waves, maybe in the beginning of the oscillators class, we were talking about where do we use these oscillators. So oscillators are, of course, effectively are used intensively in case of communication network or communication circuits, where usually communication circuits, what is the frequency of the carrier in AM signal? In the range of frequency, can you tell me? Range of frequency of the carrier signal in case of your log modulation. Is it in terms of 400 kilohertz, 500 kilohertz, something like that?
Yes, sir. No, 10 times greater than the FM.
Of course,
message phase.
need not be 10 times, it can be further higher also. So what is the, I don't know whether people have the habit of listening to radios which are transmitting at medium wave. So just okay, tune into any of the radio. You can see their frequencies are in terms of 500 kilohertz, 600 kilohertz, even it goes up to 1 megahertz. So you can see the frequencies are pretty high. When we come to this, okay, mixer circuits. So have we talked about mixer circuit in radio receivers?
Yes, sir.
So you have an incoming signal. So you're going to mix it with a local oscillator. So this is your testing. So what is the typical local oscillator frequency? Suppose if this is at 600 kilohertz, you know that you are supposed to get an intermediate frequency, correct? Intermediate. Is it been done? I think it is done.
Yes, sir.
So you are looking at 455 kilohertz. So what is the typical frequency of the local oscillator? You want to get 455 down conversion of 600 kilohertz. It is usually 600 plus 455. It is like 1055 kilohertz. Meaning you are looking at a frequency of 1.05 megahertz. Can you see the frequencies are in terms of very high range? They are in terms of hundreds of kilohertz, even it can be in terms of megahertz. But yesterday when we just discussing the frequencies, we found that the bottleneck of this oscillators, RC phase shift oscillator, is the bandwidth of your op-amp. The bandwidth of the op-amp. If the op-amp bandwidth is limited, then you have a limitation on the frequency that is generated. Correct? So you cannot have op-amps of very large bandwidth. So using these RC networks, you cannot generate very high frequency signal. So when I say very high frequency signal, they are in terms of hundreds of kilohertz, 1 megahertz. It's very hard to generate such a high frequency signal using RC oscillators, whether it is RC phase shift or whether it is Wien bridge oscillator. It is difficult to generate such a high frequency signal. So in such case, in applications like communication systems, so we will not be using this Wien bridge oscillator or the RC phase shift oscillator. We go for different type of oscillators which are intended to generate very high frequency signal. So they are called as LC oscillators. So when I say LC now, so instead of using resistance and capacitance, I will use inductance and capacitance. So this is LC oscillator. So today we see what is this LC oscillator, what is the condition for oscillation, all those stuff. As the name itself indicates, is a LC oscillator, we want to use an inductor and a capacitance. Here also, as in this case, we have to have an amplifier, we have to have a feedback path, exactly the same concept of oscillators. Let me just realize the oscillator using, because we have the limitation of this op-amp. So let us no more use op-amp as an amplifier in our LC oscillator, because it is having a limitation in terms of its bandwidth. Instead of that, we'll go for either BJT amplifier or MOSFET amplifiers. Because MOSFETs, if the dimensions are very less, you might have seen in simulations, you can go up to hundreds of kilohertz or even few megahertz, you can have a larger bandwidth. So let me consider a MOSFET as an amplifier. Don't be worried about what is this, again writing this AMCD stuff. Is it an amplifier using BJT? Sorry, MOSFET? Hello? Okay, let me take G2. Somebody from G2? Group 2, any of the GL? Hello? No G2 members. Group 2, what are Group 2 members? No Group 2 members. There are actually, so I may have to pick the number. So I have the number of G2 students. Where is Bluetooth? Who is 04?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Right? You're not G2. You can unmute, no? Why you want to ask me to just, okay, call anybody's number? Okay, is this an amplifier?
Yes, sir.
Then, of course, we could able to realize the amplifier part of this block diagram. Then we need to have, this is amplifier part. Then I need to have a feedback part. So the feedback part is now, which is output? Is this the output? This is input. So
Yes,
in
sir.
between input and output, I will have a feedback network. The feedback network is now in this form. So now I'm writing this. This is back here. This is L. I will say this as CG. This I call it as CD. I will write it as CD because I am connecting it to drain. I am writing it as CG because I am connecting it to the gate of the MOSFET. Correct?
Sir.
So in the feedback part, I have a LC. I have inductors and capacitors. So this is one such LC oscillator. So for analysis purpose, let me just neglect this biasing resistors. I will just simplify this circuit something like this. Can I rewrite this as something like this now? If I write the AC equivalent. For AC equivalent, can I ground this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then can I have, I can ground this also. I can connect this. This is fine. Can I write it as CG, CD, this is inductance, this is so and so. Can I?
Yes, sir.
Can I write its AC equivalent, writing its representation of this MOSFET as a model? Can I write
Yes, sir.
MOSFET as an open circuit at the input, that is gate and source? I hope people can remember. Between drain and source, I am going to have
Current source.
GM into VGS. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now can I have RD connected here? This RD. Shall I ground
Yes, sir.
this? So between gate and source, do I have a capacitance CG here?
Yes, sir.
Between drain and source, do I have one more capacitance CD?
D.
So between this and this, do I have an inductor L?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to write this complicated circuit as so simple for my analysis purpose. So shall I write this as VGS?
VGS. Yes.
Try to understand how I'm trying to develop this circuit. It is not writing, you need to develop. So please do remember this. If you remember, you're gone. So first write the equivalent model of this MOSFET. Can I write the model of the MOSFET as something like this, which you already know? This is GM into VGS. This is VGS. Am I correct? This is
Yes,
gate, drain, source.
Source.
Next, you need to include this RD, CG, CD and inductance. Where is the inductance between? Is it not between gate and, sorry, drain and gate? Which is
Yes, sir.
connected between drain and gate. Where is the CG? Is it between gate and ground?
So, ground.
This is source is grounded. You connect it here.
Yes, sir.
This is CG. Do you have CD between drain and ground?
Yes, sir.
Connect it here. Do you have this RD between drain and ground?
Yes, sir.
This is RD, this is CD. As simple as this. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Now we need to understand what is the condition for oscillation. If at all, if it is oscillating, what is the frequency of oscillation? Because here we had the conditions. So A should be equal to 3 for oscillation. The frequency of oscillation is this. Here it is so and so. Similarly, for this oscillator also, there is a condition for oscillation and there is a frequency of oscillation which depends on the circuit component, which depends on the circuit components. Now, for doing that analysis, instead of going this, okay, A beta is equal to 1, which is a prominent method that we have used here, instead of that, we will slightly utilize the circuit concept and try to satisfy that electronic circuit equation, that is KCL. If this KCL is satisfied, then this circuit will be working like an oscillator. I will just try to understand how do we satisfy this Kirchhoff current law in this particular circuit. So you take this node, is it output node V0 here? Is this V0 here? This is where you take the output voltage.
Yes, sir.
And you see here, this is an oscillator, this is an amplifier. Can you see any input to this amplifier from external?
No.
There is no external input. So which is exactly your oscillator, because oscillator is one which doesn't require any input. Of course, you are taking something back from the output and feeding it back. Correct? So
Yes.
now we are supposed to satisfy this KCL. So let us try to write KCL at this node. Suppose I say node as 1. So at node 1, can I write this current? Suppose you consider this as a current which is leaving the node. This is one more current which is leaving the node. This is one more current which is leaving the node. This is one more current that is leaving the node. Suppose I write it as I1, I2, I3, I4. Can I write I1 plus, I2 plus, I3 plus, I4 is equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
We are considering all the currents as leaving currents, leaving the node. So let me just rewrite that and try to solve for that. So we have, okay, this is CG, GM into VGS as the current source. This is VGS, and I have CD and I have RD here, and between this I have the inductor L. So this is what is V0 I am talking about. So shall I write GM into VGS as one of the current?
Yes, sir.
What is the other current? Other current, is it not V0 by the impedance of this? Can
Yes,
I
sir.
write it as V0 divided by 1 over S into CD?
Yes, sir.
Other current, is it not V0 by RD?
Yes, sir.
And what is the other current? Is it this current?
Yes, sir.
Is this current the same as this current? Because nothing is going into the MOSFET.
Yes, sir.
What is this current? Can I write this current as VGS into S into CG?
Yes, sir.
Because it is VGS divided by the impedance, which is nothing but 1 over S into CG.
Yes, sir.
Can I write it as VGS S into CG as the current that is living here or which is going here?
Yes, sir.
Can I write it as VGS S into CG? Is it equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
So let me write, if this is this current, it is this, and then the current which is flowing here is this, and of course I have the liberty of using different colors. This current is this, and the last one is this current is this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, but what is V0? This V0. Shall I say this V0 is this drop plus this drop?
Yes, sir.
This output voltage here, is it not the drop across it's pure KVL. Drop up are this inductance plus this drop, because from here to here is this potential plus this potential. Can I write that as what is the current that is flowing here? Is it not VGS into S?
Into
Is it
CG.
not VGS S CG into S into L? Because what is the impedance offered by this inductance? Is it not S into L?
S into L. Yes, sir.
This is what? This drop plus VGS. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
This drop plus this drop is V0. Can I write it as VGS into 1 plus S square CL?
CG. Yes, sir.
So now, can I slightly rearrange this and write it as GM into VGS plus VGS into S into CG plus can I write V0 into S CD plus 1 over RD? This one. Now I can replace what is V0 is.
S into CD.
CD.
Second.
This is CG, no? This one.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So now GM into VGS plus VGS into S into CG plus what is V0? It is VGS into 1 plus
One.
S square CL into SCD plus 1 over RD. We're not doing anything great here, but we're trying to understand usage of KCL in deriving the condition for oscillations in case of LC oscillators. So can I now further rewrite it as GM into VGS plus VGS into SCG plus VGS into SCD? You just simply multiply. This into this is S into CD multiplied by VGS plus VGS by RD plus VGS S cube, this is what? CC, this is, it is not simply C, is it CG?
CGL, sir.
CGL,
Yes,
write it
CG.
as, here also is CG.
Yes, sir.
Is it S cube CG CD L plus VG into S square CG L by R equal to 0. Correct?
Yes, sir.
We are simply just multiplying all the terms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. In
Yes,
all
sir.
of them, is VGS is there?
Yes, sir.
VGS, everywhere it's common. Can I write it as GM plus, you take the terms which are coefficients of S40. Can I write it as 1 over RD?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just take this. Is there any other term which is other than that? Okay, fine. Plus, do I have S into CG plus CD?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me remember that we are in CS and DC. So this and this plus, okay, S square CGL
G.
by RD plus S cube CG CD L. Correct?
Yes, sir.
For this equation to be true, can you have VGS to be 0? Is it possible to have VGS as 0? Because this equation has to be true for your KCL to be true.
Yes, sir.
So can I make can VGS be 0 to have the left hand side equal to right hand side?
Yes, sir.
Hey, can VGS be 0? If this is 0, can the circuit work?
No, sir. No, sir.
So this VGS cannot be 0. Correct? To satisfy Kirchhoff current law, which we are ending with for this circuit, I am ending with this equation. For this equation to satisfy, VGS multiplied by some other term should be 0. Now we are trying to see how can we make the left hand side equal to 0. So in the left hand side you have one VGS term and you have this huge term. But it is not possible to make VGS as 0 to satisfy the right hand side because VGS 0 means circuit is off. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So VGS cannot be 0, then only possibility is this has to be 0. This entire term has to be 0. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So let us try to equate this to 0 by replacing s by j omega. You replace s by j omega and then you make this equal to 0. So can I now write it as Gm plus 1 over Rd and then plus
J.
let me write it as minus, because this omega square Cg L by Rd. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll just take out this also. Do I have all these are independent of, okay, they're all real quantities. One is Gm, other is Rd, other is, because J omega square becomes minus omega square Cg L by Rd, correct?
Yes, sir.
Plus J into omega Cg plus Cd, correct? This term?
Yes, sir.
Replacing, and can I write it as minus omega cube Cg Cd into L whole term is equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
This plus this should be 0. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Because we had some a into b equal to 0, out of which a cannot be 0, then b has to be 0. In that b, you are trying to replace s by j omega and trying to separate the real and imaginary terms. Fine?
Yes, sir.
So for this left hand side to be equal to 0, does this first term should be first made 0?
Imaginary term. Yes, sir.
Let us make this imaginary term 0. Let us try to see what happens. So let me just rewrite this. So let me, for the sake of, I think here it is manageable. For me, I can manage like this. So if I equate this to 0 is omega Cd plus, is this Cg plus Cd? I think it is Cg.
Cg plus Cd.
Cg plus Cd minus of omega cube Cg Cd into L is equal to 0. So will that becomes omega Cg plus Cd is equal to omega cube Cg Cd L?
Yes, sir.
Can this reduce to omega
Square root.
square is equal to what? 1 over L Cg Cd by Cg plus Cd.
Yes, sir.
Then omega will it now become under root of L Cg Cd plus Cg plus Cd.
So it will be Cg plus Cd divided by L into Cg Cd.
Okay, let me see. Okay, this is omega. This will go, no? This is 1. This will become square. Omega square is equal to.
Cg
Wait,
plus
wait, wait.
Cd.
Okay. Is omega square is equal to Cg plus Cd divided by L into
L into.
Cg Cd. Correct?
Yes, sir.
From this. So I'll just put it down. I'll just put this down here. That's what is this.
Yes.
So I can write omega square is equal to 1 over L into. There is a reason for writing this. Cg Cd by Cg plus Cd. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So now, can I write this? Can I write the frequency of oscillation is 1 over 2 pi root L into C equivalent, where C equivalent is
CG
Cg
fits.
Cd by Cg plus Cd. It's actually the series combination. When capacitors are in series, you have this Cg Cd plus Cg plus Cd. Done?
Yes, sir.
So, the frequency of oscillation in case of LC oscillators is given by 1 over 2 pi root L C equivalent, where C equivalent is given by ohms. So, this is analogous to the frequency of oscillations what we had for in case of RC phase shift, where it was 1 over 2 pi RC. Correct? In case of the inputs, you can say in place of RC you have under root of L into C equivalent. L into C equivalent. So this is about frequency of oscillation. Next is what is the condition for oscillation? What is the condition for oscillation? Of course, in this equation we could make the imaginary part as 0 and we could be able to get the frequency of oscillation as 1 over 2 pi so on. Correct? Now, to get the condition for oscillation, you have to take the real part. Because both the terms have to be 0, then only this is 0. 0 plus 0 is only 0. So here we made 0, meaning this can become 0 only at this frequency. And when does this become 0? We will see. So can we rewrite that part? What I do is I will just retain that equation as it is. So is it now Gm plus 1 over Rd minus omega square Cg L by Rd
By.
should equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
But what was omega square? Is omega square is equal to
1 divided.
is it
1
equal
by
to 1 over L.
Into
Let me write,
CG.
okay, this is Cg plus Cd, this is Cg Cd. Can I write?
Yes, sir.
So I will substitute the same thing here because I have an omega square here. So it is Gm plus 1 over Rd minus, is it Cg Cd into Cgl, this is Rd, is it L by Cg Cd? Here it is plus.
CG plus CD.
Okay. Done?
Yes,
Does
sir.
this go with this? Does this go with this?
Yeah.
So do we have now Gm plus 1 over Rd minus
CG plus CD.
Cg plus Cd by Cd
CD.
Rd equal to
Rd.
0?
Yes, sir.
I will take Rd as common factor. Can I write Gm Rd plus
Plus
1 minus of Cg plus Cd by Cd
By.
is equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
Can I?
Yes, sir.
Now, can I slightly rewrite this as Gm Rd plus 1 minus of 1 plus Cg
CG.
by
by
Cd equal to
Yes,
0?
sir.
Can I take out this?
Yes, sir.
So can I now further write GMRD is
equals to
GMRD is equal to CG by
CG by
CD.
CD.
This is the condition for oscillation. What is this GMRD in your MOSFET?
Gain, sir.
So gain should be equal to ratio of capacitance CG by CD. If this condition is satisfied, we will get the oscillations at a frequency of f is equal to 1 over 2 pi root L into C equivalent.
C equivalent.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Of course, it's a lengthy derivation, but it is pure maths. Pure maths. So let us just run through this again. We are looking at oscillators which can generate higher frequency of oscillation. MOSFET still, since they can have a larger bandwidth, we will use MOSFET for LC oscillators. So as we know that we need to have an amplifier. There is the amplifier, and the feedback factor is realized using LC circuit. This LC circuit is also called as tank circuit. So this is called as tank. So this is called as tank circuit, which is comprising of L and C's, and we are slightly simplifying this circuit by taking out the biasing resistors, assuming that okay, this is properly biased, and we are rewriting this by considering the model of the MOSFET, which is a current source, and of course we are making slight compromise with R0. Suppose if R0 is considered, only thing that will happen here is this will become GMRD parallel R0. So that is the only thing that will happen here. Correct? So then we are trying to, of course we are not trying to make this A beta equal to 1, but we are trying to satisfy that KCL expression of your network, which is given by the current entering the node is equal to current leaving the node. We are considering all the currents, that is I1 to I4 as current leaving the node. We could able to write the expression for each of the current. So this is the current for this current source, to the resistor, to the capacitor, to the inductor. This is what we wrote, and then we could able to write what is the expression for V0 in terms of VGS. Then finally we came to this bit lengthy expression, VGS times something. So VGS cannot be made 0 to make this KCL as a consistent equation. Then we took the other part of this expression other than VGS as 0. So in doing so, when we actually equate the imaginary part, we get the expression for oscillation, where it is 1 over 2 pi root LC, where C equivalent is the series combination of two capacitors, that is CD and CG. And using that condition, using the expression for omega square and equating the real part of this equation, we could able to find out the condition for oscillation. For the condition for oscillation, gain of the amplifier has to be greater than CG by CD. When I say gain of the amplifier, the magnitude of the gain, because this is a negative feedback inverting amplifier. Magnitude of gain of the amplifier is CG by CD. This is called as Colpitts oscillator. This is LC oscillator. The name of this oscillator is Colpitts. Yes, this is Colpitts oscillator, where you have the tank circuit being realized using two capacitors and an inductor. And there is one more counterpart of this, that is Hartley oscillator, which is slightly different in terms of course you have the same amplifier using either MOSFET or BJT, but the tank circuit differs. For Hartley oscillator, the tank circuit is you're going to have two inductors and a capacitor. Two inductors and a capacitor, and of course this is grounded. Like you'll have this, if it is going to gate, this is CG, this is LG, this is LD, this is capacitance. So only the tank circuit differs here. If you have two inductors and a capacitor, it is called as Hartley LC oscillator, otherwise it is Colpitts. This is the tank circuit. Of course, you can do the similar type of analysis for that also. There, what happens is the modification that we want to have for Hartley oscillator is the expression for frequency is still 1 over 2 pi root of C into L equivalent. This is not now C equivalent, it will be L equivalent. That L equivalent will be L1 plus L2. It will be L1 plus L2. So this is for Hartley. Of course, you can exactly derive the same thing. The frequency, the condition for oscillation is AV should be equal to, because you have like CG CD, you have LG AD. This will be LD by LG. This is the only difference. So here it is just the reverse. Here this is, if I write it over here itself, AV should be, this is LG by LD. And here the expression for frequency is 1 over 2 pi root of C into LG plus LD. This is a frequency in case of Hartley. This is a condition for, this will not be LG, this is LD by LG. So they will be different, they will be reversed. So this is CG by CD, this will be LD by LG. LD by. Of course, this you can able to derive the way how we did it for Hartley oscillator. Okay, let me know how many of you are taking long break. So let me just know from you people if there is any questions in this, and then of course once we if hopefully the lockdown maybe just open maybe in another week or so for you to come down to institute. I don't know, okay, so this is just the expectation. So when you people come back, we will have, or when I go back to college, let me make some live demonstration of all these circuits using what the hardware components. So we can able to realize this oscillator circuit using LC components, either using a Colpitts oscillator or using a Hartley oscillator using the frequency as mentioned and the condition for oscillations are so. Let me know from you people what is the understanding of this, okay, how complex it is. Just tell me, are you all okay with this, or what do you want me to just explain more? Just put it in the chat box. Is it okay? Not okay? Okay, explain it again. Okay, most of you are telling it's fine. So we will have another 10 minutes time. So why don't people start doing it for Hartley oscillator? Exactly the same lines. Let's just start doing it for Hartley oscillator. Where for Hartley oscillator, the circuit goes this way. So I can write the circuit diagram as So this is grounded, and I can write an inductor here, one more inductor, and there is a capacitor. This is LG, this is LD, this is C. I have, okay, let me write the AC equivalent. Correct? Then I have this is VGS plus minus, and I have GM into VGS. Then I have one more inductor with the LB. This was LG because this is gate, drain, source. And I have resistor RD here, and in between this I have a capacitor C. So if you start writing the KCL, is it not GM into VGS plus V0 by S into LD plus V0 by RD plus this current is VGS by S LG is equal to 0. But what is V0? V0 is VGS plus current, of course it is nothing but the current that is flowing is VGS divided by S into LG. This is the current that is flowing here, and what is the impedance? Impedance is 1 over yes, correct. This is the expression for it is 1 plus 1 over S square C LG. This is what is V0 is. Then you can do the things substituting V0 by this expression and equating all those things. You will certainly get the frequency upon equating the imaginary part. You will be able to get frequency is equal to 1 over 2 pi root of C into LG plus LD, and we'll get the condition for oscillation. AB will be equal to LB by LG. So this will certainly get it. So it is exactly just the reverse of capacitor. Just the reverse of it. I want all of you to just try out this. So in the next class, we will also see one more type of oscillator which is used for getting a very stable oscillation. At any point of time, the oscillation should not die out. So meanwhile, I'll send a few more videos on oscillators, both using Hartley AC as well as RC phase shift. So I'll just do RC phase shift with 20 sim also, and I will do LT spice simulation for this, okay, Hartley and Colpitts oscillator. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, okay, let me just close today's class.